looks fine or not.
You can do it.
Look it. I think we're live.
On the beautiful red couch.
Live from the weird red couch. 120 of you already on here. Have my nostrils recovered yet? Yeah,
but I must say they look good.
Yes.
Yes, there's not like anything hanging from them.
Okay. I'm checking. We're in a hotel room, as you can see. So, oh, Andrew, if you're watching, I'll have to call you back. So we're chilling, and
we are in Kansas City, headed back to, getting ready to leave tomorrow morning, bright and early, 5:30 in the morning. We're leaving to head back to Fiona. So you should say, welcome to Switch It Up. Hi.
Yeah, welcome to Switch It Up.
Here we are.
It's been a whirlwind week. As you saw, some of us, we kind of caught a cold. We had to cancel our meetup the other night.
Yeah, that was a bummer.
And we're on the tail end of it, but I'm a little sleepy. Like, I don't have the energy. Like, usually I have like squirrel energy. I don't even have squirrel energy today. I'm more like
So you
sloth.
guys should be excited because we might actually stay on target then.
Yeah, you might. You might actually stay on target.
Sheila can keep up with Sick Todd.
Yeah, Sick Todd. This is Sick Todd. This is something you rarely see. I don't think the last time I felt puny is probably actually, for 2 years.
Yeah, we were sick January of 2020, so it has been 2 years ago. That was the last time we were sick. And funny thing is we can travel the United States. We can go all over all these different areas and be fine. We come home and hang out with our grandkids, and they're like little petri dishes.
Is that what they are?
Gosh, I love them dearly, but we caught something from the 2-year-old.
And so, but we're good. It's just that I feel like I'm just tired. That's all.
Yeah.
So if you're new to the channel, there are, this has been crazy. The last probably 2 or 3
Terry,
weeks.
Sorry, I wanted to say hi to Terry. She's watching. Matt's not joining us tonight, but Terry's here for him.
We'll maybe give a little update on that. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, sorry. I'll be the squirrel, I guess.
There has been 500 and some new people come to Switch It Up in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and so if you're watching and you're new, we do our lives a little bit different. We try to limit them to 1 hour, and we have some ground rules. And those are simply that you can submit a question, and we have somebody that's on the backside. They'll type it in. It'll go over to a spreadsheet so we can see it. If you do the super chats and all that fun stuff, we come back around to those as well, so we can try to stay on topic because we have so many things that we have to cover, especially with Tampa coming up here in a week or two.
And the gremlin in the background has a name. Her name's Megan. So everybody say, hey,
well,
Megan.
She's not a gremlin.
We call her there's somebody in the background.
The posse. That's Megan.
Yeah, but it's Megan. It's Megan. It's Megan's back there. And I can see. So then, yes, we stay on target.
Yes, and we can answer the questions that pop up.
Yes, that's our plan. So 1 hour, here we go.
Well, this isn't like Jeopardy or... It's like
it could be.
It could be. There's 200 of you on here. I mean,
yeah, we could play some Jeopardy.
Yeah,
that might be fun.
What is Switch It Up?
Okay, so we thought tonight we would just kind of. You're right. We want to, welcome. We're just getting to know a whole bunch more of the crew.
Yes.
With all the
new comments,
new people coming to the channel. We're excited that you're here.
And you're jumping around from different videos. So we're trying to catch up. It's like, oh, wow, you're watching all, if you try to go back and watch from the beginning, there's almost 200 videos, which is crazy.
It's a good binge watching, I guess. Some of you have been doing that. So we're thankful for that.
Yes.
But we were talking today, and Tuesday marks 1 year anniversary that we have been on the road. So we are here
in a hotel room to celebrate.
In a hotel room. We are actually headed to Florida, kind of where that was our first 1 year ago. We were headed to Florida to the Tampa RV show. And it has been quite a wild ride for the first year.
Yes. We've seen a lot. I mean, if you saw the video with the 20,000 miles and 38 states and all the different things and all the craziness, we've seen a lot, which is crazy. Like, to even think about that is crazy. And then to think, well, what's this year going to look like, and where are we going to go, and who are we going to meet, and are we doing these meetups, and we're doing huddles, and we're doing just like these things. It's crazy. There's a lot. There's a lot.
We've learned a lot.
Yes.
Remember about a year ago, you froze me out without propane.
Yeah, we've learned that you have to turn knobs on propane tanks so your heater will work. Right now, our rig is still broken.
Oh, let's not talk.
We're not
about
going to
that.
go down this rabbit hole and be negative because, boy, oh boy, if you've never seen Mad Todd is not a fun person. And I almost blew up on this guy on the phone, and I calmed down. But we get to see him tomorrow when we go pick up Fiona, and the rig is not fixed, and their communication is lackluster. Let's just say that. So
it is slightly frustrating, but it is RV life, and here we are. And we are going to make the best of it. So
of course we are.
Yep.
With smiles.
We're gonna do it
and
with
sarcasm. Smiles. Lots and lots of sarcasm.
So tonight we're here to celebrate with you guys and to say thank you for this joining our journey for this first year. Headed into the Tampa RV show. We are doing a meetup in Tampa on Wednesday night. And last I checked, I think there's 10 tickets left for that. It's at a winery just outside of the Tampa RV show, and that's on Wednesday.
Can you tell them the
evening? Megan will
type in the
Megan
link.
will put all of that.
Okay.
You just say things and it magically happens.
Yes, sometimes. Now, we do have something very special planned for that evening. We don't just, if you know us, we don't just haphazardly just do something and then not have a plan. So I'm super excited about this because it's been in the works for a little bit and it's coming to fruition. And those that will be there will have a pretty good laugh.
That's what Todd says.
Yes, it'll be a good laugh. It will be good.
You are excited about
let's
it.
just say we're going to make a wave at the Tampa RV show. Like we're talking like think of like the back of the day. Sorry, I'm getting some energy.
Oh, shoot. Here I was thinking.
Think back in the day when you had like flash mobs. Like think that idea, but just really cool. That's kind of my mind right now. So
well, okay.
We're just going to tease that right there.
Yeah, so that's going to be Wednesday night.
Now, if you can't be there, what?
At the winery. But if you can't be there, we will be at a booth every day, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday from 1 to 2 p.m. We will be at booth A122, which is a tire minder booth. So we'll be hanging out there for you to all stop by, say hello, meet Michael, and
good old Michael. He asked if Leroy was going to show up. I think I embarrassed him last time. I did run away some of his customers, but it was very funny.
Yes. So we have the meetup on Wednesday night. We're looking forward to hanging out with about 200 of you. And then every day we'll be at the tire minder booth in the afternoon for an hour.
And then we'll be running around the show.
Yeah, we'll be there the whole week.
There's a lot of people we want to meet up with and see you guys and stuff. So, yeah.
But what's interesting for us is to think about our first RV show last year.
Yeah, we're cruising down and we have all those hiccups all the way down. We get to the Tampa show, no idea what to expect. And you watch the video and it's like, wow, you just get overwhelmed. At the Tampa show, we had one family recognize us, which is crazy because there was only like 800 subs.
Yeah, and we'd only been really on the road for like 5 days.
Yeah.
And somebody recognized us. But now we have other YouTube people that we're going to meet up with. Yeah. We have vendors that we know. And
it's crazy.
And just looking at the rigs, it's like last time it was like this overwhelmedness. And now it's like, oh, we kind of have an idea.
Yeah, we have
it's
really
amazing
good,
what you can learn in a year.
Especially since then. I mean, think about, we went to New Horizons and learned about custom made rig there. We went over to Spacecraft, learned how those were made. Grand Design is always, I mean, always at the top of the list. And then you've got some of the other stuff that popped in. I mean, we actually have a pretty good knowledge on some stuff, which is surprising.
We're only a year in. I'm sure there's a lot more to learn. But compared to last year,
it was pretty good.
I feel like we're doing all right.
How do you like this red couch? Maybe we should put a red couch on the rig.
No, red.
I know our colors are green, but this red couch is pretty swanky. I feel like we should be boudoir pictures.
How did we get to that?
I don't know, but she's never done boudoir pictures for me. I'm gonna die.
I think we're out.
Okay, we're already
out.
okay. Go back, and we're back. We're back to the list.
All done.
Sorry, but this
Done.
red couch is something.
Stop.
Yeah.
I don't know who said we should just cover it in plastic.
Oh,
but,
gosh.
Okay.
You're probably right.
All right. So let's talk about. Let's jump into some questions, real quick. Oh, Rich, what happened to the rig?
Rich, 𝗶𝗶𝗽. Oh, this is a family show. Do not do the name game with Rich's name. Who knew that? Rich, did you know your name did that at the
Rich doesn't know that you do this name game thing every time.
He might be new.
So sorry,
I am
Rich.
sorry.
I apologize for Todd, usually on the lives all the time. I'm so sorry.
Goodness sakes, I am not doing the name game. I'm now in timeout. Oh my goodness.
You went to timeout at boudoir pictures, whatever.
Golly.
What happened to the rig, Rich, is in October. Yes, I said October.
October 23rd, to be exact. That was the exact day that we purchased our rig, and it's my father's birthday. So that's how come I know the date that our slide stopped working. Then that carried into, we couldn't get it in, and we had to go to Georgia, Huddle, and then that had people look at it, and then it went into this, and then we went to Myrtle Beach, and then it's a lot.
The slides broke, Rich, to give you the quick answer.
Do not play the name game with yours.
No more
No.
Doesn't go out. So it's it's our bedroom slide. So it's the closet slide in our floor plan. So it doesn't affect Todd a whole lot because it's on my side of the bed. So it's not a big deal. I just crawl in there. Todd has a question mark behind Leroy.
Yeah, Leroy. I don't know. Leroy might make it to the Tampa show.
No, I think he doesn't know who Leroy is because Todd is he's new.
Todd, are you new? I like your name. I mean, Todd,
Seriously?
Of course.
You gonna do Todd, name game Todd?
No, but Leroy, question mark. If you go back through our videos and look for basically me helping my dad set up his rig and putting a 𝗓𝗏 system on, we introduced somebody, his name is Leroy, and he helped my dad set up his rig.
Todd,
Leroy,
I'm not a
Leroy's
fan.
he's like an alternate personality of mine. Let's just say that I have lots of personalities.
No, now you're making yourself sound like you are.
I just did Rich in the name game. I think I've done destroy my credibility with Todd.
Todd doesn't have a lot of, he doesn't have multiple personality disorder. No. Todd is a thespian.
That doesn't in this world, that doesn't sound good.
Well,
I did acting back in college, and I just like to have fun. So things just pop out of my head, and I don't know where they come from.
And there's no filter. People think that I don't have a filter.
I have filters.
You do?
I do.
You just did the name game with Rich.
And I had to stop myself. When I realized,
I know. It was after the fact.
We probably have to run this back because I imagine there's a wave of shock went over my face. Okay, next question.
Leanna Walker asks, where do you keep your important documents while on the road?
Ooh, I like that. We should do a video on that.
No.
Oh.
That's a good question.
That's a good question, but not video worthy.
No, because because then it's like, come into our RV and here's all our stuff.
Well, it's not like we share with them, but how do we maintain that?
Okay, so we have two.
Because we are full time.
But we have a safe deposit box back here in Kansas City with our life insurance policy, and then our daughter has a key to that box. So if anything would happen to us on the road, that's where our life insurance policies, that sort of stuff, is in a safety deposit box.
And in that safety deposit box, I did a complete backup of all of our family pictures and videos and everything.
You better add to that, baby.
And it goes into that safety deposit box. While we're on the road, your boy Todd has some problems. He has these issues of paranoia and the rig burning down. And somebody had something like that happen in the last few weeks. And so we actually, we use a Faraday type bag that has fireproofing on the road because I worry about something bad happening. So everything's got backups to backups.
But we do
that's
have a
what we use
Faraday
there.
bag that holds our passports
Yeah.
and anything that we might possibly need on the road,
Mhm.
because that is fireproof.
That's something I think that I do think that might be a great video content of how do you, if you're going to go time, that was something we actually had to think through. Well, you know, what happens if we get in a wreck, you know, and then we had to have our daughters do this. And then you just have things in a lot of different places. So, yeah.
But if a good investment, I think, is a Faraday bag that is fireproof. It locks. It's
And what's a Faraday bag? Well, a Faraday bag also deals with EMP pulsing, like electromagnetic pulse. Not that there's something like that going to happen or something, but you still, like, we have electronic components that I carry around. So it's like, I don't want those to have any kind of like static electricity. And sometimes in a fire that can happen as well. So you have to think of, I know I'm going way deep. I have a geeky side too. So
maybe you are.
Sorry, but I hope that helps. We should do a video on that.
We did know that we toured a spacecraft where underneath the bed they had bolted in a finger safe, like you use really a fingerprint thing, and the safe just opened up underneath it. I thought that was a very cool idea.
Yeah, we're not that fancy.
Okay.
Okay.
So
what do we got?
𝗧𝗿𝗄 lives daily. Is there a cyber bike booth there this year? I do not know. I haven't seen that on
I do know that we went last year to the show, and the vendors, there was not as many vendors. This year we're looking at double the amount of vendors because, you know, COVID is kind of on the opposite side. So they've got, like, everybody's back. I think even Airstream is going to be there this year. So I'm looking forward to seeing all kinds of different stuff.
Yes.
So don't know about that bike, the cyber bike booth. I don't know that brand.
Yes. And Paul asks us, since you are monetizing your journey, do you claim mileage? Interestingly, just to this week while we were back in Kansas City, we met with our accountant about kind of those sorts of things. And yes, we will be doing mileage deduction for our channel. And then well, that's one of the things we'll talk about.
Todd doesn't do well with taxes, as you could probably see by my personality. That's why we hire professional people.
Yes. So yes, we do claim mileage. Okay, let's do.
There's some sticky points around that, though. You have to.
What?
With the mileage thing.
That's why you take that. All you give out all the information to your accountant.
That's why you pay people.
That's right. You give that to your accountant, and they figure it out.
If you want to fix a slide, even if you paid them, apparently that doesn't matter. The slide still doesn't get fixed.
We're not going to have that topic right now.
I know. I'm still a little bitter.
So I want to give a quick shout out to Matt and Tinkerbell and G for the super chat for stickers.
Oh yeah, thank you guys
for your support on that. We really appreciate that. Let's talk about now that we've been officially on the road, things that we've learned. Talk a little bit about our channel. What are you doing?
What about it?
Well, the new people, kind of bring them into we started the channel. Okay, short.
Oh boy, she's
all
confused.
Bubble issue going on
there
here.
It is, baby.
Oh my goodness sakes.
So, what do you mean about our channel? How we got started? So, if they watch the very first video, you can see the background from each one of us losing a parent, and we decided we were going to go out on the road and experience things because everyone always says, hey, we're going to go do this thing. And then you kind of put it on the back burner. And we just decided that we weren't going to do that. So we've been living on savings and donations, like, you know, what you guys give us this last year. And it has been incredible. And our whole intent was to try to make it 1 year. And honestly, when you start making YouTube content, we had no clue you guys would actually watch our stuff, and we'd make something together. And then we did the huddle, and it has been a huge blessing. So now at 1 year, we starting to say, well, how long can we make it, you know, before we have to kind of figure stuff out. And God's been really good for us. Like, he's opened doors up, like incredible, you know, opportunities, and relationships and our huddles have been like life-changing in a lot of ways. And
I think that that's the key, you know, is like we're sitting here now looking at the next year. You guys probably see inside of our YouTube channel, we just set out for 1 year. Like, let's see if we can do this for a year. And there's a moment in you can probably tell, and a lot of people mentioned it, like there's a moment where it's like, I didn't want to do this whole YouTube thing. Like,
no, she didn't.
I'm usually the behind the scenes, let's making sure everything happens. I don't want to be on the front of the camera. And I was like hesitant to kind of just get into, hey, this is what we're doing. But I realized then, seeing you guys and the community and the people, the support from all of you, and as our subscriber base grew, I'm like, okay, we're not just going to travel for a year. We're doing this. We're bringing people along with us. And I think that it's the stories of people like you guys that are saying, hey, this is impacting me, or I feel included, or this is where you're inspiring me to try this or to do that. And we're creating a community. And I'm like, okay, well, here we are. And
it gives us a sense of purpose all of a sudden that we didn't anticipate. And then,
right, who knew we were going to have shirts and hats and like those sorts of things? Like, you don't start out your YouTube channel thinking,
you start out doing videos thinking nobody's going to watch.
Right. That's exactly what you do. And think, okay, maybe our family will watch and they'll just kind of follow our travel journeys. And then all of a sudden it turns into something that you didn't realize that it was going to. And that's been amazing.
Yeah. If you're new to the channel, SWITCH is, it's an acronym that we've been using. It's seize the moment, was the S, the W with no regrets, the I, intentionality, the T, travel more, the C, chase the dream, H, help others along the way.
I'm really impressed you remember all of that.
I think our acronym is fabulous because it fits in so many things that we are trying to accomplish when it comes to like our huddles and our meetups. And I want to have fun. I want to laugh, and I love to live in the moment. And if you've hung around me any amount of time, this is like me on like 50% level. And I'm looking forward to the Tampa show because I'm thinking I'll be at 100%, and we're going to kick that sucker off and have a great time.
Oh boy.
It's like round 2, baby. Like there's a whole nother level. And with all the new people that you're joining in and along, you have something to contribute to our community as well. Like, you are important. If you started following and you become part of the SWITCH crew, and that's liking, commenting, subscribing, being a doer of all things, following our journey, you're part of our community, and you have value that you can do, like our huddles or our meetups or whatever that might be. And that's where our community comes into play. And we have a tight community, and I'm very happy with that. Yeah,
we've built, like, I feel like you guys that are watching right now, there's almost 300 of you. It's like, and I see the names, I'm like, okay, this is like this is our base, this is our foundation, this is our strong support group of people. And then we're just building on top of that. And I have to apologize to Todd or to you also, the fact that here we are in January, and I'm just going to be honest and say, I was thinking that we were going to be figuring out when we're off the road.
Oh, yeah.
And so
a lot of fear comes into play.
Yes, like fear.
The first year wasn't so bad.
But it's like, okay, we're going to make this for a year, and we're going to go travel, and whoop whoop, this is fun. I mean, gosh, we got to see a lot of things.
Now we're doing this. We are getting to hear, and this is the step out of blind faith.
This is
where you're only given just enough that you can see, and God just says, okay, here you go. And this relationship happens, or this door opens, or this opportunity happens, and that's where we're at right now. So we're going to see this could be a crazy year that we see some neat things. Last year we had an amazing time, but now
let me finish apologizing. Like, that's what I started.
You're apologizing.
Yeah, that's what I was telling them.
Oh, we'll apologize away.
Okay, so it's like you guys watch that. Going back, you watch me kind of like, okay, this is what we're doing. We're going in, And then I almost hit this wall of saying, okay, this is about to go, like, this is about to be over. Like, our year's about to be over. And I think I felt myself putting up this wall. I wasn't, in fact, I haven't planned out our spreadsheet as far as I normally would have. Like, there's this line that I'm like, okay, this is probably it. And now being home this last, I don't know, 2.5 weeks for the holidays, there was a part of me that I was like meeting with old friends and coworkers and thinking, okay, like what's next? And just to be honest with you, like I was like, okay, like I was starting to have one foot back out going, okay, God's going to do something else and we're going here. But that's not what's happened.
No. I miss you guys. Like I miss the road.
Yeah.
I miss hanging out with everyone. I miss doing, like, we haven't shot video. I know it sounds weird because Sheila was proactive and you're watching us do that series as we go into the Tampa.
We thought that'd be helpful for going into the Tampa show, people that are coming to the Tampa show. And
she's like, you will be able to thank me because then we'll have some time that we can be with the family and you're not worried about editing. And that's been a saving grace the last 2 weeks because not picking up a camera has been kind of nice, but I'm ready to chomp. I mean, 3 videos a week is what we did almost all last year. So think about that. You get into those routines and I'm a shoot, edit, let's do this thing person, and taking 2 weeks and then getting sick. That didn't help either, but yeah.
But I think what you guys will, what you're going to see now though is last year we were like, hey, let's do this for a year and feeling it out and figuring out what's going to happen. And now like we're all in. Like, we're like, this is, and I'm like, okay, we're going. Like, this is what we're going to do. Like, we're shoving all of our.
Yeah. And it's scary.
It's an all a chips moment. Like, we've got big plans and big dreams and how we continue to grow our community. And this is what we're going to do. We're headed in.
Think about this for a minute. Here's a big plan Sheila and Megan did behind the scenes.
What'd we do? Megan, I'm scared.
It'd be like ring, 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 calling an RV park and saying, hey, we want to have a huddle. How many spots can you give us? What in the, I'm like, what? And they're like, well, we can have 164. I said, 164 spots. Who's going to want to come and hang with us? Who's going to want to do that? We did the Tolona Ridge huddle, which was fabulous. And now it's like, all that comes like, do you really want to come and hang out with us? I know we're going to do one of these amazing float trips down the river, and I see us all floating on inner tubes, and we're going to have all these amazing things. But think about that dream that they threw that out there. And I'm like, oh my goodness, are we really, we're going to have, like, if we sell that out, that's like 350 or 380 people. We're just going to hang out and have an amazing weekend. Yeah. Who's doing that? Like, I was like, oh my goodness, it's a little bit stressful to think that we're stepping out to build the community and to do that and just see where God takes it. And it's nuts. It's mind blowing. So
sounds like several people are saying we've lost audio over there.
How about now?
Several people are saying we have some people have sound, some people don't.
We're good.
Okay. All right. Well, one of the things though, like, okay, so here we go, and we've made some 2022 plans, and it's like, okay, we're just going to go all the way in on this thing because I think that's where the Lord is leading us to do. But one of the things we wanted to share with you guys.
Oh boy. Yes.
I want you to share the. Here's the thing, like we're not doing like we're doing huddles and that sort of thing to build community where you guys get to meet each other. But that's also one of the reasons yeah.
It's like, because it gets a little lonely sometimes sitting in hotel rooms on red couches by ourselves. So we do enjoy the community and we do enjoy building the friendships.
You totally.
I know, I squirreled you. I'm sorry. Let me apologize to you.
Okay, so what I wanted you to share was the story that came in just like this last week. As we're building the community where you guys, like, we're building a community together. You guys are meeting each other, we're meeting you, but you're also, you know, people are like, we have hats and shirts and all that stuff. And it's not just because we want you to, we don't sell hats and shirts because we want you to wear a hat or a shirt. That's not it.
I think we make $3 on a shirt.
Yeah. Whoop,
maybe
whoop.
$4.
It's like $3. Like it's a bigger purpose.
Yes.
And so this story came in just last week, and I wanted Todd to share it with you to kind of just share our heart about why we do some of the things we do.
And I was going to reach out, and if you're watching, I was going to reach out and ask you if it was okay. So I think what I'll do is just kind of leave it generic a little bit, because I don't want to put you in a situation where you weren't ready. But amazing story, actually. Two wonderful women that follow our channel, their husbands are both dealing with some cancer stuff. And of course, when you're going in for your doctor's appointments, it gets lonely, and you're sitting in, you can't talk to anyone. Everyone has masks on, and everyone's sitting around in a room, and you're not sure what's going to happen to your spouse. And I have all these emotions that play through my head with that. And one of the ladies decided to wear a Switch It Up shirt that day. And as she was sitting in there, the woman on the other end of the room saw the Switch It Up shirt. And she walked over and she goes, "Oh my goodness, do you follow Switch It Up?" And she's like, "Yeah." And so their story in the message they said, well, you know, it was kind of choked us up, because it's like they shared how, I don't know, it's like, it's the reason we're doing it. And hearing them say they laughed at me screaming at like a little girl, or they laughed at some of our escapades or things like that, and it gave them for a moment a commonality, a reason to sit and visit, and to sit in a moment where both of their spouses are going through something, but it gave them something to be in the moment with, that kind of lifted their spirits. And we really loved that message, and it meant a lot to us.
They left as they have somebody that they can walk through the journey with together. They can have coffee. They can meet up again.
Right.
And it's just a simple shirt that said, "Hey, we've got something in common here." And they left as friends. And instead of sitting in a waiting room, just wondering, you know, and thinking about what their husband's going through. And I mean, that's heavy. Cancer's heavy.
It is.
And, but then they were able just to kind of laugh and think through and just be together in that moment. It means a lot to us. And I mean, we've had several stories come in where
I think
like
the flags have been probably the coolest, because and a lot of people bought the flags, and we put them up, and then we all dispersed, right? And so you don't remember who was at the specific huddles, but then you get to another campground, you put the flag out, and it's like, "Oh, you were at the huddle." And then we get these messages saying, "Hey, we ran into so-and-so," and they're sending us pictures. And I just think the community is
that's it. That is
our
so
jam.
It for us that's what just brings us to life, is to knowing that you guys are meeting each other. You're able to connect around something, and that's it. We just need a simple something to connect around, to live life together.
Yeah.
And that means a lot to us. So we're just thankful for this last year. We're looking forward with great anticipation for next year and what it's going to bring. But
I got ideas.
Oh,
Just
boy.
probably less name games.
Yes, let's answer some questions. How about we do that?
Yeah. Why don't you should we be wearing the fairy dust costume?
No, that's a terrible question.
At the Tampa show.
No.
Oh my gosh, that would be hilarious. Just make it, just wander around in the fairy dust costume.
Okay. Kim has a good question. It says, what type of RV would a widow woman get to have? An F-250 truck? What size RV would be a good fit? What should I look for in an RV if I buy new or used?
Those are all great questions.
Great questions. Boy, oh boy, this video that we're series is doing good.
I think that one might be,
with the prices right now, I don't know that I would buy new.
Okay, so there's two things here. One, we're doing this little series, right? So you're going to see some differences on some rigs that are coming out. But then if you go back and look, is the RV lifestyle for you? We actually did a great series that may answer a lot of these questions that you're asking. And I think it's like 8 parts, something like that. And we kind of broke down, and that might actually be the great place for you to start. Kim, because there's no way that we could answer that. But having an F-250, it opens all these doors for you. But that's where my mind thinks. So.
Yeah, that's a hard one. I look and think let's say if I was a widow, I wouldn't be pulling a very big travel trailer, but I'd be pulling a travel trailer.
Obviously, if she's going to drive an F-250 diesel, she might be wanting to pull herself a 44-footer. You don't know what she wants to do.
She might be more woman than I in that, because I'd be like, well.
Yeah, we're trying to get her to drive. That should be the goal. That should be a goal this year.
Hey, you know what we found out in the state of Kansas? You need to change your driver's license, and so therefore I'm going to have the excuse of I don't have the license to drive this thing.
Stupid.
Okay.
Long story.
A long story. David has a question. Now that our dually is ordered, whoop whoop. Good for you. What type of hitch would be? We love our hitch, David.
The reason that we love the Reese hitch is just because all the other hitches, I'm sure, are great, right? The reason we like the room in the back of the truck, and we like to be able to. I'm 52 years old, and unfortunately, I don't think me pulling something in and out of the truck is not a very fun thing to do, to load the kayaks and stuff in. So that's why we went with the Reese gooseball type setup. So if you want to look in that, I think it runs anywhere from $1,500, but I think it's an amazing upgrade, and I think it rides fabulous. So that's just our opinion, and honestly, you have to just make those determinations for yourself. But that's just my process. I've been happy with it. Great question, though.
Yes, David, you might be able to. I know David's coming to the. This might be. You might have an opportunity to get some bigger information on that at our Texas huddle that I know that he's coming to. So we'll see how that's going.
Depends on if we have these announcements in the future.
Yes, we have some people reaching out to us about sponsorships and partnerships and stuff. So that's exciting for 2022.
And we are very limited in what we want to do. We don't want to be a channel that just like pimps out a bunch of videos saying this and that and this and that. I mean.
This and that. And this
well, you know what I mean? It's like here, we get an email or two.
Every day.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we had 2 today.
And they're usually like, hey, check out this cooler, or I don't know. There's just goofy camping stuff. And that's not our jam.
Nope.
I am looking forward to like trying to find some for some like solar stuff. That's a whole nother element.
Let's do some shout outs real quick. You want to do these?
Yeah.
For some super stickers.
Be careful what you say, though. Don't do the name game.
No, just read the names, Todd, and say thank you.
I wish I had like an announcer voice. Come on down, Leanne Walker.
And it's Leanna.
I can't even read. I still mess up people's names.
Leanna, thank you. Todd. Todd and Magda, thank you. The Southern Gypsy.
Magna, I hope you're feeling good with your wrist.
Oh, yes. She fell. Well, she would have stayed away from the snow.
Yeah.
Cindy Cash, thank you. Scott Smith, appreciate you tremendously on that super sticker. True Gem Travels.
True Gem Travel, that's new. I have not heard of them.
Oh, you don't answer the comments.
Oh, I'm sorry.
True Gem's been
You've been around for a while, Emily. I am.
Fred, thank you. Hey, Iggy with the Georges, Scott George, did his video on the Class A. So Thanks, Scott. Sue, JD, thank you very much, Sue, for your super stickers. And Ann and Scott for yours. And they have a question as well. This one's a good one for you, Todd.
What does it say?
Did you ever feel anxiety about leaving your home for this?
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
You don't even know. I have a lot of anxiety.
It wasn't just the anxiety for Todd. I think it was the anxiety of hitting the road in the unknown. I'm not a problem with the unknown as far as like where we're going and things we're going to see and do. My anxiety was for leaving the security of my daily job.
Yes.
That was rough for me.
My anxiety stemmed from we've never owned a big truck. We've never towed anything really big. I mean,
we've never RV'd before.
We've never RV'd before. We don't know what we're doing. Where are we going to go? Where are we going to stay? How do you, like we said earlier, is like, where do we put our belongings? What happens if the rig burns down? Do you carry food storage stuff in case of a bad situation where like you're in a town and they go crazy and you can't get into gantries? Do you carry extra food? See, we never even talked about that stuff because your boy Todd, yeah, he's got himself a 30-day food supply. Don't think you're going to be knocking on my door if you're starving.
Seriously? Seriously. That's where you took this anxiety question?
But I'm just saying, is this like, yes, yes, there was lots of anxiety, lots of questions.
To think through. Yep.
But now, look at me, I'm normal. I worked it all out. I mean, we're
There's
fabulous.
Obviously a video series
available. It does. Now, all kidding aside, I know I joke around a lot, and sometimes when I joke around so much, people don't take me so serious. This is one of the downfalls she always shares, in that it was a very hard process in the beginning, but I will say a year into it, I am looking forward to flying back in, picking up the rig, hitting the road, driving, coming up with where we're going, seeing people on the road. Staying at a Cracker Barrel in the middle of the night. I love every aspect of it now. Things that scared me now have become a new reality, and you have to push through the fear stuff to create those new realities. And I don't think I'm so happy.
I'm sure there's just new anxieties for us, right? But we've worked out some of the old ones, and now there's new things that we're processing and thinking through. We've kind of figured out what the rhythm for us coming home, because for me, not seeing our girls and our grandkids, that was figuring out navigating the holidays. But we figured out, okay, how can we make that happen? How can we make sure that we're seeing them and being intentional of that, not seeing my friends and my old co-workers. Like, that was a big deal for me. Those are huge people, part of our life. But we figured that out. So now it's like, okay, now what's next? Yeah. Like, there'll be something. I just know there's always something new. There's always something new in that anxiety world. So
and it does. It causes you to grow. It causes you to push through those things, and it becomes a blessing. So I think any big obstacle can become your blessing in the future. Yeah. So, which is cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's look at a few more questions. What is it? 40?
I don't know. 9 or 8:12.
Okay, got to give a shout out real quick to Nathan and Tessie living our journey. Thank you guys so much. That's super generous of you to help us stay on the road. Really appreciate that. This is a faith journey on our end, and you guys are just showing us the love, and it means a lot to us. Okay, some questions. Brian H. Any thoughts of selling tickets for a live stream of some of the Texas Huddle?
Ooh, that you can't make it because you can't make it?
The great thing, Brian, is if you can't make the Texas Huddle, there's another one coming. So it'll be okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine.
Somebody asked about Tolona Ridge, and as of now, yes, that's still.
Yes, I'm going through those.
We have all these. There's some announcements. We are legitimately taking a walk of faith, and she is planning to see what will happen. And when those announcements come in,
we're all in.
Yeah,
here we go.
But you're like, man, you just have to. When you see things, when you start paying attention to like what she's got going, and you see us start rolling this out, you're gonna be like, wow.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Buckle up.
Yeah.
Put your seatbelt on.
That's why my hair's always a mess.
Todd's gonna grow it.
I am growing my hair out. Oh, yeah, I'll show you a picture.
Okay, Ragu asks, Ragu says, can you bring them back past the Tampa show? Yes, you can.
You can. They're going to
search it, but
they are having some stuff they're putting in place this year that I did read about. So,
but yes, absolutely. Brian, regarding we need to talk about the Texas Huddle a little bit too, so we'll do that. But oh gosh, Todd's gonna share his hair.
Okay, here's the deal. It's just like my birthday's this next week. And
Wednesday. Todd's going to be 52 on Wednesday.
So since I'm going to be 52, I've decided that boy Todd needs to make some changes. Like 2022
This
is
your
here.
boy Todd thing.
Well, that's me. I'm your boy Todd. Did you ever want your boy Todd? So I showed this to some people, and my daughter was like, "You can do this, Dad. You can." She's been very supportive. Allison's been. So here's what I'm trying to grow my hair to do. And so, I don't know if I'll grow the beard out, but I don't know if you could see this. See that? Isn't that guy sexy?
I'm not sure it's just the hair.
I think I just got.
Let me see this again.
I got it.
I still like the pecs and these guns that go with that hair. Can we do that like it's a total body transformation?
Yeah, well, we
2022 goals right there.
I'm talking. Come on, man. Look at that. That guy, he's got some stuff going. Okay. So that's my hairstyle that we're going to try to do this year. Hey, that's me.
Let's answer some of these questions because you guys have great questions and we only have 15 minutes left.
It goes by so fast.
I know. How many people, Dennis asked how many people are attending the Texas Huddle. So let's talk about the Texas Huddle a little bit.
Ooh.
We have room for 340 people.
How many tickets have been sold? This is where it gets
don't ask me that question. I didn't check that out before. I bet Megan will let us know. But so let's talk about the Texas Huddle. One thing I want you guys to know is the huddle it's not like you haven't been to a huddle before. Like, let's talk like Texas Huddle. We're going to go
tell them everything that's happening. This is gonna be, you're gonna be like, oh my goodness.
You can go to we're gonna do a cavern tour. We're gonna have a Texas night. We're gonna do some dancing. We're gonna go on a river float. We've got a brewery night where we've got live music. We're gonna always do a give back into the local community because we want to make a difference helping others. But we have a pool party.
The pool actually is huge with the swim-up
pool
bar.
bar and they've got some water slides, so we can do some water slide races. That'll be fun.
A lot of times we've always seen like meetups where you just buy your ticket and you spend only like, $50 or $100 to like rallies. And then everyone parks. Then you go into your own rig and you eat food. Our deal has food. So the tickets are more money because they're catered. And the reason you do this is because we've learned that you spend more time together, you build community faster. That relationship is just better. And
we want you to eat together, do activities together, give back, and serve together. So it's like a whole weekend. Now it's your weekend. You can do what you want. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do those things. But yeah, we've got some great catered meals and some great activities. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to have a great time. So Megan and I have been on the phone and yes, then we will be going back to Georgia in November, but we are working on possibly 2 others in between there. So
no stress level.
No stress.
Stress.
More people to get to meet and to help find community. So that's what I'm excited about. Amy asked if we'll have swag at the meetup.
Yes.
At the Florida meetup, absolutely. So I know I have some hats.
Our
some
computer
sweatshirts.
right now is sitting on the bag that has some of the swag and the secret surprise.
I have new hats. I'm so excited. I've been wanting this camo hat. It's been out of stock and it finally came in. So I have a camo hat now.
I wasn't really excited about the camo hat because
Todd doesn't even wear hats. So
my ears stick out. I look weird.
But you'll wear bear heads.
Bear heads are different. It covers the whole head. If you're new to the channel, yes, I have a bear head. Like it goes over the top, but it's a big. I have many outfits. I'm going to 2022 will be a year of more outfits.
Oh, you didn't tell me that because I didn't write that down as a goal.
I gotta do some. I got a couple of ideas, but we'll talk about that.
He didn't. That's not Sheila approved. Okay, so Techno Jerry, yes, there's a Georgia meetup in November, first weekend, but those tickets will be on sale in April. Fletch lives daily. Do you
know who Fletch is?
Nope.
Okay, so Fletch was an amazing movie, Chevy Chase.
Okay, but that's not who. He's not a Chase.
I know, but Fletch.
That might not be. He might have a dog named Fletch.
He might, but he lives daily.
Do you ever feel that there's competition with other RV
No.
vlogs?
I say that one as fast as I can possibly say it. You know why? Because I am just like you. You're watching us, and I'm tuning in to watch Harold today go on his slingshot from One Strange Adventure. I'm turning around watching, Our Not So Perfect Life. I'm watching KYD. I want to hang out with Chad and have a beer. I want to meet with Phil and Stacy. I'm like you. So we all watch the same stuff. That's the crazy part. There is no competition. This is my soapbox. I have no competition whatsoever. And like, if they want to come and we shoot video together, I don't care. We're in this together, and we're sharing experiences, and that's it. So I squashed that stuff in the bud right away.
Yeah, I think that you just gravitate towards people that you kind of have something, a common interest, or you kind of connect with. Yeah. I do not feel like this is a competitive space.
We're looking forward to Tampa just like you are, because I want to go meet the Hanks, Happily Ever Hanks. I want to run into them. I want to run into Phil and Stacy. So I look at Tampa RV Show as our opportunity as well to fan geek out over some of these people, and even meet some of the smaller channels. Like, there's so many different things.
I don't fan geek out.
I do, because
he does. I don't.
I know what it takes to shoot video and edit and do all that. And a channel, if you're stepping up and you're starting to do it, you're going to learn right away. It takes time, energy, effort. So I respect the grind and the small channels and the big channels. I love all of the sharing.
I might fan geek out if I ever got to meet like
me,
Patrick Mahomes or Travis
Kelce.
Gosh. Okay, no, I just kidding. I wouldn't fan geek out about that either. Is Todd going to look for Bigfoot in Texas? No, that was a Georgia thing, right?
No, there's Bigfoot in Texas.
Are you going to wear a hat
in Texas?
Well, I know there's Bigfoot, but are you going to go look for him in Texas? I don't have that in your schedule.
No, we do a motorcycle ride because the hill country in Texas is
there's a Three Sisters ride in that area.
So we will be doing a motorcycle ride.
Yes, and there's some outlet shopping. Yeah. Yes, if you have a motorcycle, bring them to the Texas Huddle. How are things? Scott, I'm going to send you an email about asking about how things are going on the road. We have some ideas we wanted to throw at you. Other than 𝗧𝗿𝗶𝗽, have any other family members or decided to follow in your footsteps?
Not
doing
currently.
The RV.
𝗧𝗿𝗶𝗽, if you're new to the channel, 𝗧𝗿𝗶𝗽 is my dad. And we lost my mom, was it been 2 years? A little over 2 years ago. Yeah. And dad and mom never traveled. He never did family vacations or anything. So after losing mom, he went through this, grieving process, and been very blessed to meet Sue. And Sue and Dad they bought their own travel trailer, and they hit the road this year, and they came to our huddle, and they are coming to Texas, and they have some other places they're planning on going. And I am Dad's in 75. Is he 70?
Something like that.
Yeah. So he decided, he just started his journey this last year. So, it doesn't, age is just a number. It really comes down to, what your desires are to do, and you can kind of work through those details. But Dad and my brother has talked about would be hilarious. If you think I'm crazy, you have no level of crazy. If you watch the video where we blew up a car, my brother he's stuff. So when we get together, it gets really crazy. So he talked about maybe coming down to the Texas Huddle, which would be really cool, to bring his family down and hang out for that weekend, but we don't know that yet.
Yes. Okay, Amy asks, so now that you've been on the stop,
what you gonna do? That's
now
a good
that you've
song.
been on the road for a year, do you plan to go down your travels and stay places a little longer? Not really. A little bit, just for the simple fact that for what we have planned this year regarding huddles and meetups and some of the big things, I just need a couple more days. Like, I need office days. And so we might have to slow down a little bit for the fact that I'm going to need some more behind the scenes time to keep working on building the community just takes time, and building the activities for that community just takes time. And I need more time instead of, we can't be excursioning as much.
We have like community group things that we're working on. We can do online, and we're working that out still with some people that are willing to help us. And so there's going to be some really neat opportunities this year. So if that means not being somewhere 3 days, staying 4 or 5 days, then that's slowing down. That's just the way it is. And we're going to stay at 2 videos a week. I love shooting video and editing, so if we can, we'll squeeze in 3 videos a week on occasion, but we're going to try to.
I already have a 3rd video planned for you.
But we're going to try to add more of that to the, if you see the people off on the side with the little like crabs, and you see the dinosaurs and stuff, those are people on our join.
Dwayne and Gaining Momentum right there have the crab.
So
Scott Smith has.
We have some plans. Like we touched on this thing called, like, I'm still touching on it. So like everyone that's over here that supports us and they pay like a monthly membership, we tried to give some details there and give some extra footage and stuff for them. But it's like some of the people that support don't have RVs. So we threw out this idea of having a gala, and the gala would be like everyone that's in that join feature that's paying, that we would do like a weekend where we'd fly in somewhere on a Friday night, and everyone come in on Saturday. We'd hang out. And we'd have like almost like we'd dress up and have some pictures and hang out. And then everyone flies out on Sunday. And people could bring their rigs in for that. But I look at it as all the people that don't have rigs that are supporting us, that we could do like a gala weekend. That's what I started calling it. Sheila's like, oh, you're adding stuff to the list now.
Just add some.
So we've been trying to flush that out. What would that weekend look like? Where would that weekend be? What's something special that we could do for that tight-knit group community that's been supporting us monthly for the year? So it's, I don't know, I guess we look at doing stuff together, because sitting here talking is kind of lonely, and we get to read but we want to see you. I gain energy from being around people, but then I don't know, I talk a lot. Sorry. What else?
Susan asks, can the flags be purchased outside of huddles? And yes, Susan, if you're on Facebook, there's a page called Switch Crew, and we post things there, and so you could find the link to buy the and I'm working on an easier way for all of our merch to be in one location. I'm not, Megan is, let's be honest. And so that's a hopeful for 2022. But you can get on the Switch Crew page and find the flags. 𝗍𝗿𝗍𝐿ady72 asks how the Hemingways are holding.
Oh, they're doing great, actually. Hemingways are actually doing really good. I can't say enough good things about with Hemingway, because they sent us, I was having a hard time because getting the bikes up in the truck and stuff. He's like, we got this new bike rack. You want to try that out? So they've treated us so well, and I really like the product. That's just my personal opinion. So nothing major is happened to Hemingways.
Yeah, we haven't really needed, and we're headed back to warm weather right now, so we're going to get to give them a
kayaking
workout.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to what's coming.
Richard asks about health insurance, and currently, Richard, we are on a COBRA plan from my old work, and I am in the process of like researching 3 or 4 options for us, and I will keep you posted as we research where we'll be going, what plan we'll be going to after COBRA, kind of what that looks like. And so you guys posted as we find things. But right now we're just on a COBRA plan. Tasks is what is after Florida. We're going to be in Florida for a while. We have a RV
all over Florida.
Yeah, we have a creator conference that we want to go to. We have trying to get Todd down to the boat show.
That's the last thing we need is a boat.
I'm trying to get our kids to come down and see us, maybe in the Orlando area with the grandkids. So we have some, so we'll be in Florida for quite a while. And then there's another conference we're going to make an appearance at as well. So yeah, we're going to be in Florida probably through March. So super excited about that. Roger Tate. Yes, there is a Texas Huddle group page. Once you sign up for the Texas Huddle
tickets
and get your tickets, then you can join the Texas Huddle page, so we can start. People can start to get to know each other on that.
It becomes a very tight-knit group of people. It becomes its own community itself, because the Georgia Huddle group, man, you guys are tight. They're the ones that we kind of run things through first, because we they're great to sound and share their ideas. So that works out. And then we go into like if you want to know how we filter things out, we go into like our joiners. We may ask them their opinions. We may go into, so we don't just like throw things out there willy-nilly. We really want your guys' feedback. So
Jason wants to know if you'll wear a hat backwards with him.
Pony Boy. If you see Pony Boy out there, that's Jason with our Not So Perfect Life. You give Pony Boy a hug. I'll be your soda pop, Pony Boy.
Oh my gosh.
What was that? There was one on there about Chad.
Oh, Chad, will you be telling him all the things you'll do?
I need to clear this up. I love Chad, and I love their channel. The only reason I bring them up is because every time we left, and if you're new and you hit the RV, everyone in the world tells you, have you watched Changing Lanes? They have all the videos on how to fix things. And so he just became like my Newman, like from Seinfeld. So it would be like, did Chad did a video on that? And she would get to me all the time. It was like, oh, you need to fix that. I think Chad did a video. So it just became this like running joke. But no, I freaking love their channel. Like, I have utmost respect for him and what they've done. And I watch everything they do. And Tara got hurt the other day. So I follow their stuff. And I just would like to hang out with them. So, and laugh. I may poke fun. But it'll be in a good way. Do you know why? Because he has an Indian motorcycle too. So we may end up doing a ride, maybe. Something.
Let's do some shout outs for some super chat stickers. We appreciate that. Susan says, happy birthday, Todd.
Oh, thanks.
And our Not So Perfect Life.
Oh,
Cozy Queen Adventures.
Pony Boy.
RJ RV Adventures. Don Pemberton. He's going to be in Tampa, so that's exciting.
That's cool.
Thank you very much for that super sticker. Oh, look. 𝗧𝗿𝗶𝗽 gave you a happy birthday.
You can't say that. This is
That's
a family show.
He wrote it. Thanks, Rich.
I'm sorry, Rich. I am so sorry.
David, thank you very much for your support as well for that. We really appreciate it.
These are my snacks.
That's Todd's favorite candy. Comes out once a year, and that's it.
You all thought it was Lucky Charms, but honestly, my candy to go to is my conversations.
Yes, that's his go-to candy. Once a year, Todd. Not
the sweet tart ones. I don't like those. I like the ones that are like the powdered sugar.
Yes. Scott, Sheila, are you doing church service again in Texas?
Mm-hmm.
We will do a church service again in Texas. Yes, that's going to kind of be our thing. I mean, it's kind of it'll be a thing in a huddle. Like, yes, if you want to come to church with us, great. If you don't, that's okay too.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis, how do you join the Texas Huddle group? That after you get your tickets, you should get an email. Now, heard some people probably having problems with that email. So if you've registered for the huddle and you didn't get that email that says, hey, here's the Texas Huddle group, reach out to me and let me know. And you guys can always email us, and you can go to our website, and then there's just a submit form there, and that'll email us.
I need to pose a question. Is there something that you guys would like to see this year? I mean, if you think about this year, places or things like that. I mean, we're always open for some suggestions as we kind of tootle around. Sheila says twirl around.
I'm twirling around the United States.
Around.
Timeless Travels with Penny asked, will the campgrounds for the huddles accept older RVs? So it depends upon the campground that we're at. This one for Texas, yes, absolutely. So the one in Texas accepts all RV types, and it
became kind of not all of them are going to be able to do that. So it just
depends. Depends on every RV park's a little different. You just have to look at Camp FMFO's website. I think you just have to send them a picture if your RV is over 10 years old. Lee, I did get your email. Unfortunately, I don't know how to contact that person, but I'm trying to see if I can find the information and we figure out how to contact them. So I saw your question about that.
Team shot.
Michael Adams asks, when is your birthday? And his birthday is Wednesday the 12th. And Raising Eights wants to know what you're going to wax next. This could be a new part of our channel.
Listen, I'm confident in my my manliness to be waxing things. As you grow older, men, you understand. I'm so sick of using that nose thing.
Oh gosh,
because
this really is a
pretty
topic
soon,
right now.
you know it. Like
Oh my
you will sit there and you'll wake up one morning and you've got like a spider coming out of your nose, like the nostril freaking hairs.
Really?
I'm so sick of it.
Sorry, people.
And then out of your ears, because they're looking at their men going, golly, will you freaking clean that stuff up? If you're not telling your men to do that, you need to tell them. Hey, get in there, Harold, and clean up that stuff. George,
are you
come on.
Out Harold?
No, not that Harold. I just throw out random names. I'm sorry, Harold. I just say things. But you know what I'm talking about?
Poor Harold, his nose hair is got to be on our channel.
The answer to the question is I don't mind the trying something new. And yes, that was a bit painful. But as of right now, I will say I really enjoy the results.
Oh, brother.
Oh.
I can't believe this is part of our life. And we're 5 minutes over right now.
Maybe we could do a
hairs.
Live on just waxing of Todd.
No.
We could make pay-per-view live of waxing Todd.
We tried that once. Alice and I tried to wax something
for
our trip to Mexico. Your
Sheila,
back.
Yes.
We waxed your back.
Yes. Sheila, you know what the most painful thing was? Is we were walking down the mall, and you know those eyebrow threading places? Sheila was like, I was like, maybe I ought to try that because these things get out of control. And she's like, Alice, yeah, Dad, let's try it. I go in there. It was just like a movie. I screamed. It hurt. They plucked that stuff out. That was far worse than the waxing. And you guys just laughed until you had tears coming out of your eyes.
Oh, that was so funny. I don't think it takes that bad, but
maybe at the Texas Huddle, we do a waxing event or something.
We might have to do that in the next huddle because Megan and I already have the schedule. You have to get. You got to get on the schedule a little earlier than that.
You're safe, man. You're safe. Your hair is safe.
Brent wants to see you take up golf. That ought to be interesting.
Okay. I'm not a big golfer. I don't have too much patience.
Okay, last couple of questions. Get them in if you have any. Are we going to Hershey this year?
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one. Yeah,
it just
I don't
depends
know
if we're at that direction.
I don't know. Great question. Don't know. Are there any plans for West Coast Huddle? Yes, I'm actually working on 2 options right now. So
we need confirmation.
Yeah, waiting. We have one spot.
And make it then to them too. Money wise.
Yeah, we have one place that's like, yeah, I can give you 60 spots. So we might jump on that. We'll see. Matt's RV review.
Oh my goodness.
Question, can I go camping with you when you get to Florida? I love the Cabana Club. Here, the Cabana Club's turning into Margaritaville.
Mm-hmm.
So you get that coming
Matt,
along.
if you're watching, I am gunning for you when I see you.
Oh boy.
I'm going to give you a big old hug.
Maybe you could wax.
It's going to be
Matt could wax together.
It's going to be one of those awkward hugs, like when you hug and you're just waiting for the person to let go, but he just keeps hugging. That's the kind of hug I'm going to give you, Matt. I should be fine by then, not be sick or anything. You'll be okay.
Cole and Marie say a couple of us are going to spend a couple months in Alaska in 2024. I was hoping that this year we'd be able to cross the border and go to Alaska. I have a brother that's living in 𝐤𝐞𝐥. I thought it'd be cool to go up there, but I don't think that border is going to be open for us to cross over yet. So we'll see.
It's such a touch and go thing.
Yeah. Can you buy tickets to the river float and caverns trip the day of if we didn't buy up front? And we have to. Oh. I love your answer. Todd's like, well, you can buy them up until I think it's 3 weeks in advance because we have to pay for everything before we get there and give them final numbers. So you can go on the website, that Eventbrite website, add them to, if you decide that you want to do the river float or the caverns, you can do that about 3 weeks prior to the huddle date so that we can, and then we'll close that down and give them our final count.
I'm looking forward to that tubing, like having 200 people on tubes and the drone flying over the top. And
yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
I look forward. I don't know. That's kind of geeky, but I think that would be so much fun.
Ford asked if we got a spot at the balloon festival. We did.
That was a disaster.
That was a heck of a disaster, but we only got it for like 3 days. Like I had to keep changing the dates because it sold out. Like the link wasn't working.
It was a mess.
But yes, so I think we have 3 days that we will be at the balloon
we're
festival.
Trying to extend, so we got on some lists. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, Fred, I am working on our calendar 2022 to get to that our member page so you can see that. And Scott, I agree with you. I'd love to do a caravan. I need to get a few more huddles under my belt before I feel extremely comfortable with the caravan. But it's back here. It's right over here.
The list is so long.
The list is long. We got some. I want to do groups before I do a caravan. So we'll talk about that. All right. We're 10 minutes after.
Okay. So are we good?
Matt can help us with the balloon fest at Call Me. Sweet. Love that guy.
The last time Matt called, there's always these fun little stories. So Matt calls out of nowhere, and we're in Martha's Vineyard, and I'm doing the Jaws episode, standing on the beach, and Sheila's talking to Matt, and they're going back and forth. I'm like, what world are we in right now? It's like really weird.
I wish you could do the Okay, you guys, we just want to say thanks. It's been a great, amazing first year. Thanks for, who would have thought after this year we'd have 16,000 subs. You guys, we're forming a community. We're selling hats, t-shirts. We're meeting up at huddles. We're building a community, and we're just having a really great time. And we're excited for what this next year is going to be. There will not be a live in February because it's the weekend we normally do our live is Super Bowl weekend, and I'm hoping to be watching my Chiefs in that Super Bowl. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just is. Yeah.
I'm with you.
So no live in February.
We'll probably end up doing, like, to keep you guys updated, we'll probably end up doing an extra video or something to keep everyone updated, maybe with the Texas Huddle.
Yeah, with the Texas Huddle and the little surprise we have coming out of Florida that we're getting ready to do. And
okay, so just for you guys, like when the surprise that we're doing in Florida, it's going to be really, really neat.
He's super excited about it, guys. He's super excited about it.
It is going to be different, and nobody will see it coming. I love surprises, like the fair. Yeah, I am that guy. So this is a collective surprise on all of the Tampa show. Oh, gosh, I love it. I love everything about it. It's taken a little bit to plan.
But we really appreciate you guys just being a part of our community. We look forward to 2022, and I'm out. Are you out?
I don't know. You have to push the button. There's 350 of you guys still hanging around. You're either glutton for punishments or you're just lonely. We'll go glutton for punishments. We'll shout out you guys later, and we really do appreciate you guys hanging out with us and supporting us. It is a huge blessing. Thank you so much. With all that being said,
have a great night, everybody.
And we're out. I don't think we're out, but
we're still on.
We're still on.